Good day, folks. It's your boy Rich the Marine with Heart Soul Realty Specialists. So today starts the series of real estate investing. It starts where I begin telling you about different scenarios, different things, topics relating to real estate investing, how you can get involved, how you can get funding, everything that I can possibly think of, and hopefully cover everything that deals with real estate. Also, I welcome anyone to chime in on this, leave comments in the different videos that I post between Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever the case may be. If you have suggestions, if you have comments relating to some of the topics I discussed, if you have ideas that maybe I missed or butchered, whatever the case may be, please chime in. Again, I'm new to this real estate investing myself, so actually, let's do this over. To start, my name is Richard Smith. I am a man of God. I am a father of three, a husband, a business worker, a businessman, a United States Marine, former deputy cop, and now I do real estate investing. When I go back, I had a business. Well, I still have that business actually, called Heart Soul Enterprise LLC. It is a used car dealership and auto mechanic shop. Started out as a used car dealership, became an auto mechanic shop. Now the primary source of our revenue is the auto mechanic side of it. Hopefully, I'm using this real estate investing as a means, one, to build wealth, and also build that business back up with some other business ventures that I'm currently diving into as well. So, what is real estate investing? Real estate investing, essentially what I define as an idea, real estate, real property, and money combined all together to allow the idea to make money and or build wealth for those who are providing the funds and ideas. Essentially what I mean is that you take a piece of property, a real property, which is either a house, a land, pretty much land, and improvements, which are the building, the contents thereof. You come up with an idea to utilize that land and improvements and a method or way to produce income for those involved. That can mean anything between rental property, fix and flip, buy and hold, which is rental, changing the method of how it's utilized, a number of things. Who is an investor? Well, frankly, an investor can be anyone. An investor can be you putting money in. An investor can be you bringing deals to another investor or to someone. An investor can be you putting ideas into that deal, whether it be suggesting methods that an investor can utilize to better source their funds and or better utilize their funds to build their wealth. So most people look at investors as traditionally the people that bring the money. It's not always the ones that brings the money. Generally, yes, those are the ones who bring the money, but anyone can get involved in real estate investing. There are different methods for real estate investors, new real estate investors that provide ways of becoming an investor without much money up front. You hear the normal things of get into investing with no money down or no money at all. Yes, that notion works. However, if you want to really get out there, if you think about the great grand scheme of it all, there's going to be money involved. Whether it be you driving around and spending money on your gas, whether it be you spending time, which can be money in many cases, either doing the research, investing in people, or investing in these different associations. For instance, myself, I'm part of the New Orleans Real Estate Investors Association. I highly recommend, if you're doing investing, to get associated with your local RIA, your Real Estate Investors Association. The amount of contacts and discussions and just knowledge that you will learn will be invaluable to your real estate investing career. Again, I highly recommend one of those. For mine, at least, the fee is $200 a year. For others, and that's for the family, my wife and I, we go to it. And others, some, depending on where you're at, it depends. But still, it's worthwhile investment. There are different methods that you can utilize to become an investor. Again, those are resources that I believe are invaluable, that saves you a lot of time and money, because what it does, it allows you to connect with people, like-minded people who do investing. It allows you to become involved in the different scenarios and different topics that are discussed, different things that real life things that other investors go through that will give you an idea of exactly what you're getting yourself into. You'll learn that, again, there are many methods of getting into investing, between wholesaling, between fix and flips, between rental properties, between co-investing, between group crowdfunding, between lending. I mean, a whole slew of ways to get involved in real estate investing. You just have to find a pack that works for you. If you want more, I'm hoping I'll hit on some of these topics throughout this series of videos. I don't know how many videos this will be, because it's really going to be based on the topics that I discuss and how I hit them and how my mind remembers them and retains them and able to regurgitate them. So, and I apologize for the background noise. Again, I have the kiddos. I'm dropping them off to school and where they need to go so I can get to work. So on that also, again, I said I'm a United States Marine. Currently, my full-time 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 really job is being a United States Marine. I work in an office and I do a number of things. And this real estate for me is a side job. When I had my car dealership, when I first initially started it back in 2015, I did that full time, and it was awesome. I loved it. I mean, the freedom to do what I wanted. Working for yourself is an amazing thing. It's also a nerve-wracking thing, in that what happened with mine, we made it for 2.5 years before I had to finally kind of walk away. And when I say made it, I mean we were able to keep a roof over our head. We were able to pay all of our bills. However, in order for us to do that, I had to use a lot of credit. My credit's always been great or good, awesome. However, now it's still good, but it's not like it used to be, because again, credit. And I mentioned that, and one thing I'm going to talk about is a method utilized with different and I'm gonna try to do my best not to mention any companies in here, but it's a method where different companies would advertise to get you a credit line, which is going to be involved between lines of credit and credit cards. And that's a way that they use to you pay them a fee. They get you these credit lines for your business that you can use these funds to essentially grow your business. I'm still researching a lot of this when it comes to that, because I'm still trying to see how successful some of these people have been with some of these different methods. The line of credits, of course, are always the traditional line of credits, meaning you have a bank line of credit. Let's say you have $50,000 at a bank, you're allowed to draw money off of that and then pay it back to the bank. Those are always awesome because you have money available for you, just like home equity line of credits, another way to fund real estate investing. But then there's also credit cards that somebody offer with these line of credits. And the credit cards are, again, these are a little fishy, because what you got to do is take a cash advance. Typically, credit cards charge an upfront cash advance fee, 3 to 5%, and then they charge interest immediately upon that drawing of the cash. I've seen some that go as high as 20-something%, 26, 27%, if not higher, just to take that cash advance, considering the purchase on that credit card may only be up to 17% traditionally. So there's the little catch in there. But again, though, there's companies that offer those options, and they preach that. I'm still researching to see how legit they are, or not legit, because it is legit. They get you the credit cards. You pay a fee, they get you the credit cards. But how well it works for the investors. One person mentioned the whole idea of money laundering, which if you didn't notice, if you deposit anything over $10,000 into your bank account, you have to provide a statement that shows where that income came from, where that money came from. That's the way the banks go back and essentially the government goes back, and what someone I've learned call it's a big gorilla. They go back and they use that as a method to ensure that you're not money laundering. So those are just things you got to be aware of when you're doing real estate investing, in any type of investing, any type of business that there is, because businesses, you have to do that whether you know it or not. So but again, what happened with me was I started my business, Heart Soul Enterprise, where we started selling cars. We acquired a lot of cars. We tried to sell them. They didn't sell as quickly as we expected. So when we started getting people coming in, potential buyers, what we would do is we would finance in-house. What that did was it allowed us to sell the cars, but also tied up our money. And that if someone purchased a car for $2,000 and we had $1,000 in it, then now that's $2,000 potential profit, or $2,000 potential return money, $1,000 profit that now we couldn't do anything with, because we had to wait for the person to make payments on. Just about all of the people we financed made payments. However, that still tied up the money to where over time we couldn't really build the inventory back up. and in turn, I had a family. I had to pay the bills. I used credit cards to fund the business, credit cards to pay my bills, credit cards to do almost everything. Ended up getting over $60,000 worth of credit card debt, and slowly we've been paying that off. Right now, I think we're way less, over half less, and still paying on some. But because of that, that's why my whole credit situation now is still good, still over 700 credit score, but we're still going back and forth with different issues of funding and things of that sort. However, I will also get into funding because I will tell you different ways, many methods, many different not companies. I'm gonna try not to mention names, but I will tell you different ways that you can still invest in your real estate investing career and get funding for it. Believe it or not, even with all that, I still get funding because one, my income is still good. Two, I've never missed a payment. My credit is still awesome. No delinquencies, no issues. However, even with issues, there are still methods out there. So I'm hoping I'll discuss some of that. I'm hoping I'll discuss a lot of stuff. Again, please chime in, please connect with us, and I will do my best to give you everything that I can relating to real estate. Again, real estate investing, putting an idea, money, and real property together to utilize that to make the people involved money and build wealth. That's the biggest thing you will hear about real estate, a way and a method to build wealth. You can utilize this to do a lot of things if you do it right. So chime into us, follow us, love us. This is a quick intro. I apologize if it's not the meat and potatoes of what some people may want. But again, that's my intent, is to go into those meat and potatoes. Right now, I'm just a little busy with the kids. I had a late night, early morning, and I'm just trying to make sure I stay on schedule with you all, as I promised to start delivering this every Monday, whether it be morning, noon, or night. I don't know, but it depends on when I decide to make the video. As you see, this is morning, so I just wanted to present this to you all. So again, follow us, like us, love us. Hopefully it's not too long. Hopefully it's good information. Hopefully it's a good start to kind of get you chimed in for those who may be starting out, like myself. Again, I started this year up in March. I've been to a number of meetings, learned a lot of information. I have a few deals actually in the pipeline right now, working with a few investors on trying to sell those deals. I'm looking also to hopefully keep some of those deals, as I told them in the rear, that my intent is to, one, build wealth, have some rental properties, do some wholesaling, do some fix and flips, and put money in my own pocket as well. I have a deal that I'm working on with another investor, a seasoned investor, where I'm going to put in some money and we're going to split the profits 50-50, which would be pretty nice. But again, this is Rich the Marine with Heart Soul Realty Specialists coming at you, just delivering some information, delivering as I not promised. I don't like to make promises, but as I stated I would, I made up my word. I'm going to provide these series for you all. Again, if you have topics, if you have ideas, if you have things that you want me to discuss, please put it in. If you want to prevent companies, I can tell you about some of the different companies that I've worked with when it comes to the financing side. I can tell you about some of the different companies that I've researched when it comes to the creative financing side, and I will do my best to tell you about all the creative financing needs. So if you want to be a part of this and you want information, please reach out to me. Get in touch with me, and I will do my best to provide all that I can for you. This is Rich the Maroon, Heart Soul Realty Specialist, signing off. Y'all be blessed.